What's up, guys? TwoTenEast here. Welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, welcome to the channel. Let's get right into episode 14. So we start off with Gobin in the dressing room, and it looks like Sahyun is going to show up while Dongma is still there, and they're there at the same time, and that's all we get to see for now. So then we go to Pyoung, and she runs to get in the elevator with Mr. So, and they have a chat. He tells her he was surprised to hear her talk about her divorce so openly. Pyoung asks him to buy her a latte, and she's being really straightforward and open with him, telling him about Yushin cheating and how he wanted her to forgive him, but she couldn't do it. So Pyoung also asks him, why are men like this? Why do they cheat? And why can't they keep their promises? And Mr. So basically is just like, I wouldn't know. I don't really fuck with all that relationship stuff. But he does talk about the people he knows in his life and all the problems they had and how their divorces turned out. And they're just continuing to have this very intimate conversation. They talk about Pyoung's mom, and Mr. So tells his story about his mom passing and her burial. And it just seems kind of weird to me, and I couldn't really put my finger on why, but then I realized Mr. So never really talks about himself, and he's been kind of mysterious and standoffish the entire show. But recently it seems like he's just completely different now and seems like a regular guy, apart from the whole baby swaddling fixation thing. That's still kind of weird. He even suggests that they grab a drink sometime to keep talking about their past and experiences, and wow, this just seems like so not Mr. So. Alright, so then we're off to see Ami and Dongmi, and Ami is trying to show Dongmi how to help her box, and Dongmi is really not into it, and Ami is fucking hilarious, guys. This entire episode is nothing but her trolling Dongmi hardcore and pissing her off, but she's funny as hell for this. I don't care if everybody hates her. I mean, I still hate her too, but it's just hilarious. And Dongmi just looks completely overwhelmed, and she just looks like she doesn't know what to do with Ami and can't take this trolling from her. All right, then we get a scene with Sahyun and his parents, who are visiting Songwon, but she's out because she got twisted donuts. Twisted donuts? Oh my god. Twisted donuts. Anyways, then we go back to Dongmi and Ami and their wacky adventures, the new sitcom airing on TBS. And Ami is just still trolling the fuck out of Dongmi. She purposely doesn't tell Dongmi that Yushin will be home late, and so Dongmi just makes all of this food for no reason. And Dongmi looks like she's about to blow her gasket. I don't know how much more of this she can take. And Ami is just dominating this battlefield on all fronts. She's torturing Dongmi mentally and physically. If it comes to that, she's been practicing her boxing. It just looks like she's got Dongmi cornered. And Dongmi needs to step it up here. She's calling Ami an idiot, but she's getting outclassed by her in terms of manipulation. Dongmi doesn't even seem to have any time to try to seduce Yushin in this episode because she's just so caught up with Ami. Oh my god, look, twisted donuts. Do you like donuts, mother? They're twisted donuts. Donuts that are twisted. Oh my fucking god, I can't take this. Look at his face. Oh my god, I'm using this for the thumbnail of my next stream. To be fair, those donuts do look pretty good. Oh, and also they sit and eat their twisted donuts, and you'll never believe this, guys, but Sahyun has had better twisted donuts than this before. They just aren't the same twisted donuts. The twisted donuts he got before were way better. These twisted donuts they just can't compare. Then we briefly cut back to Dongmi and Ami eating the food Dongmi cooked, and Dongmi is really about to lose her shit. Alright, so the only kind of important thing to mention about the Sahyun with his parents in Songwon scene is that he wants them to come live at his place so they can all be together. Okay, I'm done with this. Okay, then Gobin is performing on stage, and there she goes. She's giving it her all. And we see that both Dongma and Sahyun are in the front row watching. Alright, enough of this shit. Let's just jump ahead. Okay, so back to Mr. So and Pyoung. He gets a call from his friend who just can't believe that he has plans with a woman, a real, actual, live woman. And Mr. So makes Pee-young say hi to the friend as proof, and it's kind of funny and whatever. And Pee-young is just remembering that later on when she's home alone, and she looks like she's ready to risk it all. People still say that, right? But then we finally get back to that dressing room scene from the beginning of the episode and the end of the last episode with Gobin, Hae-ryun, and Dong-ma. And okay, so Gobin calls Dong-ma just a fan when she introduces him to Hae-ryun, and she introduces Hae-ryun as her fiance to Dong-ma. That's a big ouch for Dong-ma, damn. Anyways, Dong-ma just kind of like meekly leaves after giving her flowers, and yeah, he just leaves. And Hae-ryun afterwards comforts her, but we still don't know why she's crying. Okay, back to Dong-mi and Ami, family sitcom, and yeah, Ami is just wrecking Dong-mi all over the place. She's roasting her for her wrinkles and trying to give her some kind of ointment or something, and Dong-mi slaps her hand away and gets pissed. And I just can't believe we're here and I'm rooting for Dong-mi in this situation, but damn, get it together, Dong-mi. Where's the fire and the evil, conniving witch magic that we love to hate through this entire show so far? You're getting outpaced and outperformed by Ami. Like, let's get it in gear. It's time to strike back. All right, so meanwhile, another Dong-ma that is, hits up Gobin and they meet up to chat, and it's here that we finally find out why Gobin was so upset before. Her parents both died, and she couldn't go to the funeral because she had to do the show. She is the main lead of the show, so she couldn't miss it. This is what we were kind of guessing, or I was at least in the last stream, that it wasn't anything to do with her love life, but something to do with her family, since we saw her hugging both Hae-ryun and Dong-ma in the preview for this episode. So Dong-ma comforts her, they go to the park, and she explains more. Her dad fell down playing tennis and injured himself, and then when his mom was taking him to the hospital to, I think, get his cast taken off or something, they both got in a car accident and passed away. We also find out the father's injury beforehand was the reason that Gobin delayed the wedding. So again, we're seeing that all the things that we thought were doubts that Gobin was having about Hae-ryun, it turns out it actually had to do with her family, which really sucks if you're in the Hae-ryun being left all alone and dumped by Gobin camp. It really does seem like we're finding out Gobin is still very much into Hae-ryun, but we'll just have to see. Oh, also, breaking news, the dog, Dog-me, as we affectionately call it, has been renamed to Bada, the same name as the baby. Okay. So then we get a dinner scene with Hae-ryun having a nice kind of goodbye dinner with Sahyun and the folks, and it seems very nice. Everyone's all smiles and Hallmark cards, and Hae-ryun seems to be at peace. The parents are being nice, and they even talk about, hey, we can still be friends going forward. All right, so after that dinner, we get that scene that we saw in the preview from last week, the Hae-ryun bring it in for a hug bro moment, and it's pretty much what we thought it looked like. It's just a nice goodbye hug. They're leaving on good terms. It's all love, have a good life. And as Hae-ryun pulls off in her car and leaves, Sahyun definitely has a look on his face. It's definitely not a finally fuck that bitch now I'm free kind of look, but it isn't really an oh my god I made a mistake I still love her look either. It's mixed, because at the end of the day, it was his first marriage. All right, then we see Pee-young calling Mr. So and inviting him out for a cocktail. This is a pretty quick scene, but it kind of matters later on. All right, then we get another quick scene with Sahyun and the kids, and it turns out Ram has been secretly meeting with Hae-ryun, his dad, over the past couple months. Hyungi really doesn't like it, but Ram seems like he's gonna be more forgiving towards his dad than Hyungi is gonna be. Okay, then back to Hae-ryun, and she's finally shedding her raccoon eyes and changing up her makeup. She looks better, to be honest, I think, at least. And then she's meeting up with Mr. So for drinks? I thought Pee-young was meeting with him or making plans with him. What the fuck, Mr. So? Are my timelines off, or is he just casually seeing both of them at the same time? So just like Pee-young, Hae-ryun opens up to Mr. So and also asks him his opinion. And Mr. So's like, damn, that's crazy, but if you meet someone new, you'll feel better. And Hae-ryun does the little inner speech bubble thing and thinks, well, that someone is you. And whoa, okay, so much for Dong Ma. And then right after this, we do get reminded why she's so interested in Mr. So. It's because he's the eldest son of the guy who owns the electronics company or whatever. So I guess Hye-ryung is just more concerned with the status of it. It looks better to have the eldest son than the second eldest son. And she's thinking that that's the perfect revenge after getting divorced. Okay, Hye-ryung. I mean, do your thing. Not really a fan of that kind of thinking, but sure. Anyways, Mr. So also opens up to Hye-ryung, and we find out his parents got divorced when he was young, which honestly explains a lot of his philosophy on marriage and his outlook on life. I really don't know what's up with him this episode. He's just like an open book all of a sudden. Okay, next we get a scene with Yushin visiting the old house, and Piyung and Ji-ah are there, and Piyung is totally caught off guard, and she can't really be super mean to Yushin in front of Ji-ah, and Yushin tries to take advantage of that and wedge himself in there using Ji-ah as a shield, but Piyung still tells him to call a driver and leave soon because it's Ji-ah's bedtime. Okay, back to Dongmi and Ami, and Dongmi is finally striking back and going on the offensive. She sits Ami down and starts telling her how, hey, lots of married couples get back together. Yushin probably just dated you for fun and doesn't even really love you. Him and Piyung are still on good terms, and he's probably there with her right now. That's why he's not home. She also basically tells Ami she's ugly and also suggests she's not living an admirable life. At first, Ami really doesn't seem bothered by any of this, but then she starts looking like it's getting to her a bit. She also fires back and asks Dongmi if she's admirable, and Dongmi's like, yeah, well, I was married to this guy for 30 years, and Ami's like, yeah, but you were just a second wife, and Dongmi's like, yeah, but it's still way better than being a mistress. And it's just this classic bitchy back and forth, and they are trying to remain nice and smile but still roast each other. It's getting pretty spicy. They even get to this point of pettiness where they make a bet to see if Yushin really went to Piyung. Ami says that she wants Dongmi's necklace and says that she'll put up her purse too. And yeah, they're really doing this. They're really being this petty. So they call up Piyung to ask, and Piyung's like, yeah, he actually did stop by today. And Dongmi's like, gotcha, bitch. And so she wins the bet, but then Yushin comes home and doesn't lie to Ami and says he visited his daughter, not so much Piyung. And yeah, Ami still isn't shaken or broken. Damn it. So the battle continues, and it was a nice try, Dongmi, but we need more. Okay, I know this happened and it's funny as fuck, but just no, I'm not talking about it. We're moving ahead. Oh god, whatever. Why is this scene going on so long? It's completely pointless. Oh god, now he's singing. Oh, please make it stop, dear god, please make it stop. Also, Sahyun in this scene tries to talk to the baby at one point. I mean, Bada. And he says, aren't you happy to hear my voice? And the baby kicks in the womb, and Songwon's like, oh, it means he's happy, but I'm pretty sure the baby was like, can you please shut the fuck up? I'm trying to sleep here. Yeah, that was my baby voice. I'm sorry. Yeah, never again. And if that wasn't terrible enough, look what we have here next. I mean, god damn it. Who greenlights this in the writer's room? Seriously, why? Well, I guess at least he's not naked, so I'll take it. But seriously, what the fuck? Okay, so after all of this, we finally get something vaguely interesting happening. Hye-ryung finally calls for her press conference. She's getting ready, going with her new natural look. Yas, queen, yas. Oh my god. I'm sorry. You know I love cringing you guys out. The people that like just found my channel and are looking at this video, it's the first video they ever saw, they're like, okay, I'm out of here. Okay, so up next, did you guys see something? Because I didn't see anything. Okay, good. Let's keep going to this press conference. Okay, so Hye-ryung finally tells everyone at the press conference, all the news people, that she's getting a divorce and that the reason is her husband requested it. And the reason for that is because he met someone new, and thanks to the little synopsis blurb on Netflix, I know where this is going. The public is gonna turn on Sahyun. So the press, obviously being the press, keep bombarding her with questions, and there's a lot to go over in this scene, and we'll discuss it, I'm sure, more in the comments and in the stream this week. But here's the basics. Hye-ryung exposes Sahyun as being an adulterer, and she's really playing up the whole victim thing in front of the public and the press, which is fair because she mostly is, but she does kind of smooth out the rough edges when they ask her if she just accepted it calmly and peacefully. I mean, she is now, that's true, but it wasn't the case at the beginning, and we we all know that. Besides that, I did like how she doesn't drop Songwon's name out of respect. That's cool, although I don't know how much good that will do since she's famous and paparazzi are probably going to find out by following Sahyun around anyways. She also tells everyone at the press conference that Songwon is pregnant, and everyone there is like, oh my god, we are shooketh. They are just eating this shit up. It's gonna be all over the news and the internet. And yeah, almost immediately Sahyun is starting to hear about it. One of his friends at work tells him that it's trending. He also finds out that he's been doxxed. In case some of you out there watching don't know what doxxed means, it basically just means when your location, your address, phone number, basically any personal information gets shared on the internet without your consent with the intent of letting people who don't like you contact you and harass you. And yeah, he's about to get hit really fucking hard. All of Hae-ryung's fans are gonna come and judge him, and obviously the press is gonna be all over him. It's just gonna be really bad for him. So then we cut back to the happy family, and they're all having fun just like they have been for the past couple episodes. All of these scenes we've had to sit through, and all of a sudden their phones start going off. The mom picks up, and one of her friends, I guess it is, starts chewing her out for what her son did to Hae-ryung, and we're starting to see this backlash already. And I can't lie, it's so satisfying to see this. All this happy time they've enjoyed without anybody giving them shit, and now they're finally seeing what other people think of their situation that they've somehow made peace with. And now they're getting the wrath. The storm has arrived. And the dad is like raging. He's like, how could Hae-ryung do this? How could she stab us in the back like this? And I'm just sitting there like, how could she stab you in the back? That's funny as fuck. And they're talking about how Hae-ryung played all of them and took their money and then went behind their back after smiling and having dinner with them and wishing them well. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. I just can't bring myself to feel sorry for them here. I just can't. Now, all of this being said, there's no doubt Hae-ryung did play them. She did do them dirty. Let's not lie to ourselves here. But, I mean, they kind of had it coming. I guess they just forgot who they were messing with here. This is Hae-ryung, celebrity, radio show pro, raccoon whisperer. Like, what the fuck did they expect? And Songwon, of course, comes with her, oh, it's all my fault thing, and whatever. I'm just so tired of her. Okay. In other news, the Hae-ryung Mr. So scene where he says she's his new wife and tells Dong-ma, that was a fantasy. I don't know who needs to hear that out there, but there you go. All right, back to the parents and Sahyun and Songwon. So Hae-ryung actually calls them right at that moment. They're sitting there talking shit about her. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, Dad. My bad. And she says, oh, the reporters, they spun the story out of control. I just told the truth and I regret it, honestly. And the dad's all like, what? How could you? What? The Band-Aid wasn't on, it was on Sahyun. And she's just trolling the fuck out of them and being petty as shit. And I love it. I honestly do. And she hangs up and just smiles and goes back to having her facial or whatever. Love it. Absolutely love it. Oh, wait. Also, hold on. Let me just check. Nope. I still can't find any sympathy for the Sahyun fam. Sorry. Not going to be able to do it. Okay, then we're almost at the end of the episode, and we see Pi-young and Mr. So sitting having coffee before Gobin's show, and who should come walking through but Yushin and Ami. And they see each other, and Yushin brushes Ami's arm away from him. She's not too happy about that. The stuff that Dong-mi said to her before didn't really get to her, but this probably will. And Mr. So looks like he is desperately searching for a fuck to give. He asks Pi-young, isn't this your husband? And he just doesn't care. He's like, psh, this guy? And Pi-young is just sitting there loving it. She's in the moment and enjoying it. And then, oh my god, look at this shot here, guys. They just try to make it so dramatic. Yushin starts walking as if he's gonna go confront Pi-young and Mr. So. Oh, big guy. He's so big. And of course, the episode ends here, and probably in the next episode, he'll just go up to them and say, sup, and then walk away. But they just wanted to make it look dramatic as possible. I mean, maybe there's gonna be some big confrontation, but we'll just have to wait and see. All right, that's it for the episode. The preview for the final 2 episodes is there, and it looks like a lot is gonna be happening. Pi-young and Hae-ryung fighting over Mr. So. I don't like that. I really don't like that. Ami lays hands on Dong Mi or pours hot water on her or something. I don't know. Dong Mi has a mark on her neck. Yu Shin having the nerve to be mad at Pi-young and saying he'll take Ji-ah from her. Gobin looking outrageously weird. What the fuck? All right, so a lot to go over in this episode. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. How do you think Hae-ryung played this? Do you love it? Do you feel like she went a little too far? And with that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Next weekend is the finale, the last 2 episodes, and I've had so much fun making these videos and talking with you guys every week. I can't wait to see how it all turns out. I'll see you then for the final 2 episodes. I'm out. Peace.